Hey, Xiomy here. So today's gonna be my first top 5 category video that I'm gonna make, and it's gonna be my top 5 book series to read in 2016. Now I have to admit that 2015 was just a horrible year for me to read. I had such an insane and hectic busy schedule that I couldn't even read like 5 or 6 books. Honestly, it was that intense. But in 2016, I'm gonna redeem myself. I'm gonna read all the series that I was supposed to read in 2015. I'm gonna read them in 2016 and plus. So I'm gonna read the new ones that are coming out in 2016. Hopefully, you know, I have enough time for everything. It's just learn to prioritize and organize yourself. But I do want to read because I feel like I'm becoming dumber every day. Does that happen to you when you don't read? You feel like you're becoming dumber? Like if you're killing brain cells just watching TV, you're like, I'm watching TV but I'm killing brain cells. But like I said, I hope to redeem myself in 2016. And a lot of these books have been hyped on booktube, so I just really want to know what the hype is all about, and I really want to get into them and obviously like learn a little bit about them, because I was in a reading slump. I was stuck to Shadowhunter, everything that dealt with Shadowhunters. So I was stuck with that, but I'm gonna deviate from that. I'm gonna read different categories and different genres and whatnot, because I can't stick to one genre. I just can't. I'm gonna kill myself. But I am gonna branch out, and this is what I'm doing. So hopefully I love these books, right? My top 5, my 5th, I'm gonna go from 5 to 1 being obviously the one that I really want to read the most. 5 would be the Fallen Kingdom series. Now I have none of these books just because there's a lot of them, but I do plan on getting them because I do want to read them before the year ends. Hopefully I get to read them. I really do want to know a little bit more about them just because there are a lot of books about it, and I really am intrigued by that world and by that universe and by that life that's being created within those books. So Fallen Kingdom series is one that I really want to get into. My number 4 would definitely be the Fifth Wave series. I don't know how you call the series in per se, but like the Fifth Wave, I am gonna start reading it just because in January the movie does come out, and I really want to have that perspective of seeing the difference between the book and the movie. But like I said, the Fifth Wave is one that I really want to get to read. I have a thing for post-apocalyptic TV series, so this is gonna fit well in there. So Fifth Wave is one that I really want to read, and it intrigues me. This book really does intrigue me, so hopefully I really like this. I'm really hoping for this one. I hope that if I like the first one, then I'll read Infinite Sea, which is the second one, and the third one is gonna come out in 2016 hopefully. So I hope I like this series. I'm really intrigued by it. Number 3 in my category would definitely be the Whisper of the Fallen series. Now I've heard that if you do love the Shadowhunter realm, I know I said I was going to deviate from that, but I can't that much. But the Whisper of the Fallen, I did read the first book. I read like 4 chapters of the first book, and I fell in love with that book. And I am going to order it on Amazon because where I live I don't have that much of an access to books, so I have to order them on Amazon. But I am going to order them because I really want to read those books. Honestly, I read, like I said, 4 chapters of the first book, and I just was compelled to it, and I was glued to it, and I couldn't stop reading. I mean, I went walking on the tracks, and I was like, glued to my phone reading, and I was like, well, am I walking or am I reading? What am I doing? So honestly, I really hope I can get those and I can read those 3 books because they are amazing. J.D. Neto, I love the first 4 chapters, so I'm really intrigued by that series, and I really did love a couple of characters in the beginning, so hopefully I get immersed in those books. My number 2 would definitely be, I have 3 of them, would definitely be the Throne of Glass series. Now these books are extremely hyped. I don't have Assassin's Blade nor the 4th book. I can't remember the name of it, but I do really want to read these books. They sound amazing, and these do intrigue me. It's called Queen of Shadows. Right here. Anywho, but I really can't wait to read these. These are obviously hyped, and I really want to know what the hype is all about. I don't read that much into it, but I do know bits and pieces of it. But I really want to read this. This is anticipating, and it's intriguing, and I can't wait to obviously like sit down and just begin to read it, because I like I said, I really want to go into different categories and different genres and things that have to deal with assassins and killers and thieves and warriors. I'm kind of getting into that, so hopefully this will be good. Now I do have 2 honorable mentions. I'll say the first one in a few minutes and you can see it, but anywho, I I have two honorable mentions just because I have the first book of both series, and that's basically the Precious Stone trilogy, which is Ruby Red, Sapphire Blue, and Emerald Green. Ruby Red, I just ordered it. I really am intrigued by this just because the idea of time traveling. I really would love to have the aspects to time travel, but I wouldn't like to change anything in my past just because, you know, those obstacles and those challenges on those categories are set there for a reason because they build you as a person. But like to be able to go back in time, that's something that intrigues me. So I really am looking forward to reading this. Hopefully I like it, and then, you know, I'll obviously buy the second and the third book. So hopefully I get into this. I really want to read this. My other honorable mention would definitely be the Red Queen trilogy. I have the first book, which is obviously the only one that there is right now. The second one comes out in 2016, but I really want to read this just because, you know, between the silver and the red, two different kinds of like what breeds in a world, and you know, hopefully I'll like this and I'll dive more into it because I really don't know that much about it, just about the synopsis that I read on the back. But I really hope I get into this. I really hope that I get into both of them because I really do want to read them. Now for my number one would definitely be the Lunar Chronicle series. I have 4. I have Cinder, I have Scarlet, I have Crest, and I have Winter. I don't have Fairest, but I am going to start reading this. I'm going to start reading Crest on January 2nd just because there's a book club on Instagram and they're going to start reading it, and I want to, you know, like have also input with them. So I'm going to start reading it on January the 2nd. Hopefully I like this. I'm intrigued by it because of the cover. Basically there are 3 things that like intrigue me in a book. It's the cover, the name, and the synopsis. Once you have me with the cover and I read the synopsis, I'm hooked, honestly. So I really can't wait to read these 3. These are really, really hyped on BookTube. So I really hope I fall in love with this world, and it sounds amazing, honestly. They do sound amazing from what I've read and what I've heard about them. But I can't wait until, you know, like diving into these books per se. So I hope that, you know, 2016 has new and exciting books for me, and you know, just for me to open my mind to different books because I really haven't read that many different categories. But these are all the books that I really want to read for 2016, plus obviously different ones. But I hope that, you know, I'm intrigued by all of these and the hype is worth it. I judge a book when I read it, because sometimes I've read books that people are like, oh no, that's a piece of junk, and I wasn't even worth the time to read, and then I read it and I fall in love with it, which has happened before. So, you know, I don't judge a book until I actually read it. So I hope all these books are good. I want to thank you for watching, and those are my top 5 book series to start in 2016. Let me know which are yours. I'm really intrigued by them. So thank you for watching, and until next time, peace out.